Hello everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to our My Player Career Mode. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you are all doing very well. Before we show you what we have coming up in store in terms of matches today, there is one big news article to show you. I'm an absolute melon. The Player of the Year has been announced, and I just skipped straight past it in the last episode, thinking that it hadn't yet been announced, when it in fact has. So, any ideas who it might be? Well, I'm going to show you in just a moment. And luckily, as we advance the days, the article is still there. And I can confirm that it has gone to a Borussia Dortmund player. Club news, as you see, Player of the Year has been announced for 2024. And it is the goal scorer, Mr. Erling Haaland. So, congratulations to him. Sancho was also named in the shortlist and could have so easily won it as well. I'm not sure if we were shortlisted or not. But yeah, it's good to see one of our teammates getting it, especially how dominant Dortmund were last season. So, very, very happy for him, and hopefully we'll continue our dominance today, as we have up first the Revier Derby against Schalke. It's a derby that really has a lot riding on it. Now, previously, last time we played them, Schalke were nowhere near us, but this time around, just 2 points separate us and them as we hold on to top spot at the moment. But following that is Hoffenheim away, then Augsburg at home, and if we've got time today, we'll also play our quarter-final against Stuttgart. That's the plan of action, so we'll see how the games pan out. So first up, it's Schalke, and I plan on leaving the competitor mode on just for this first game, and then we'll see where we're at after that, in the hopes that it'll make Schalke a bit more competitive and make for quite the derby for the neutral to enjoy. So we'll check out their team, of course, and then it'll be straight into the match. And so here we are then, the two sides. In goal for Schalke, it's Alban Lafont. A back four with a midfield four, and then a front two, Ollie Watkins, and I believe Santi Mina as the front two. So yeah, it's a side that has got promise for Schalke, and it's, you could argue, overperforming this season really in the league. You know, they're sat third, but looking at the difference between the two sides on paper, you've got to say that Dortmund have the stronger 11. Speaking of which, Weston, McKennie, Palacios and myself are the midfield three today, with Llorente out on the right, Jovic on the left, Haaland and Sancho up front, and the back four is Pau Torres, Klosterman captains aside with Jonathan Tah and David Torre, of course, in net. Here we go then from the Veltins Arena. We need the best start possible, but Schalke will be right up for this, with it being the Revier Derby. Schalke get us off and running then. They will kick from left to right in this first half in their usual blue. Dortmund in their black and yellow. And really, it's us who need to put the pressure on early on Schalke, not allow them time to settle. They have the home advantage, and form heading into this, it could so easily go either way. Last season, we'd looked at this game and thought we would be guaranteed winners. Not so sure about it this season, though. Some early possession here in a good area for Dortmund. Sancho found by Haaland, and Sancho plays that ball through to us, and inside is Palacios. It's beautifully worked, and it's Dortmund who strike after 8 minutes. Palacios has been getting in these areas a lot more recently from midfield, and there he is again. But it's Dortmund who have the intricate football to open up this Schalke defence. Starts with Haaland playing Sancho. Sancho plays it to me. And then here, you know, maybe sort of taken a shot on, but instead just look to hold on and then feed the easy ball. And it's not the start they would have wanted, but it's exactly what I asked for. Well, there was a goal in the first half, but it was quite a quiet first 45, you could say. So I hope that the next 45 is a bit more entertaining, as Luka Jovic here on the left-hand side for Dortmund. I mean, we did sort of have most of the attacking play in that first half, but other than the goal, there wasn't really too much else in the way of dangerous chances to kind of show you. So as we look to here to try and find our second goal, Weston McKennie, look at that ball through the middle. He spots us. And in the end, Schalke have to deal with it, but it will be a Dortmund throw, which Jovic will take. We just made a little run there. Jovic continues forward. Here's the pass back to him. Luka Jovic finding the feet of Haaland. Haaland through to Sancho. He sends it home. But there, yeah, there it is. I was expecting the offside flag against Jadon Sancho, and it's come now. We'll see how close this is. Yeah, you can see half an hour to go here in the Revier Derby, and at the moment, it's all Dortmund. Schalke not even had a worthy chance to show you. Palacios, that's a good-looking ball into our feet. Sancho making a move through the middle. There is Jadon Sancho. And Bastos, I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but he does block Sancho's effort. Still, though, Dortmund come forward. And this time, it's Alderete with another block. And it's Dortmund who are looking the more likely to score the next goal in this. If Schalke could get it, though, it would be an equaliser, and we definitely don't want that. Kangin Lee taking over here on this right-hand side, but you can see there's not really much of an option in front of him. Amian trying to do the same thing, but forced backwards once again. Klosterman off to Jovic. Jovic plays us, which took a bit of a heavy touch out in front. Didn't mean to do that. That's a brilliant ball from Kangin Lee! And Ollie Watkins makes me pay for the mistake. What a finish! Oh, when Jovic plays this ball back, though, I'm holding down the sprint, and I didn't mean to take the touch forward. Well, we've got to own up to it, but this from Lee is a beautiful through ball. And then Ollie Watkins, to his credit, smashes it past David Soria. And it might have been a case that Schalke haven't even threatened. Well, they've got an equaliser. Whilst it's been a relatively simple game for us to control, as things stand, we're sharing the points, which is not ideal. I mean, it'll be yet another draw for both of these sides. I think we're pretty much on par for the amount of draws we've both had this season as we've worked our way into the penalty area. Can we pull it back into a dangerous area? There is Haaland on the spin. And Lafont saves it. My question there, though, is why would he take it backwards? Like that touch there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the right thing to do. But even so, Lafont makes the save. And with 4 minutes to play, we really need a goal here. Corner ball to Dortmund. Pau Torres gets his header to it, but it's down into the turf and it's wide of the mark. And time is ticking away, and you just sense that Schalke will be absolutely buzzing with this result. They've had one shot, I believe, and scored it. I mean, you've got to give them credit. It was a brilliant move, but from our side of things, we're just frustrated at the fact that we've allowed them way back into the game, and I have to own up to it. The mistake, of course. Well, as long as we don't give them another goal right here, as Boss is in, he's missed. I was silent because I thought that was 2-1. What a glorious chance, and what a horrendous miss from Boss. Forget about us throwing points away here, because we arguably should have just lost the game right there. Eriksen's ball through to us. Chance! Goal! Dortmund has stolen it with 3 seconds to play. Schalke's heart's broken. Just as they should have got themselves in front up the other end. Dortmund have gone and won it. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. And the way this game has panned out, the late drama that we've seen here, I feel like it's been a little bit anticlimactic, but my goodness me. At least I redeemed myself for the mistake we made in Schalke's equaliser. But how we've come away from the win here, I'm not quite sure. But we have done. There's 3 seconds left. There's absolutely no chance that they'll be able to get a chance from this kickoff. Referee, any moment now will end the game. Ref, we're like a minute over. Thank you. In the Riviera derby, Schalke 1, Dortmund 2. We open up the gap to 5 points over our rivals. And just how different could the game have been had this chance from Lucas Boss found the back of the net? I'm going to guess that he's from the Schalke Academy, because he is actually a game-generated player. What a chance. And then straight after that, we go up the other end and we win it. I mean, Eriksen's pass here is good. That first touch out of our feet just to make sure we open up the space. And then with the outside of the left boot, just smash it into the back of the net. But anyways, we come away with the points. And that's what matters. And as I said, Schalke didn't really have too much of the shots there. But all they needed was that one to be able to pull them level. And we ended up with a 10-match reign, even with the mistake we made. As you can see, Hertha not quite played just yet. So we'll have to wait for their results. I'm sure it'll be any moment after we skip the days. But we have quite a bit of a break now in this in the Bundesliga. So I'll see you for our next match. Team of the Year for 2024 midfielders shortlist has been announced, and De Bruyne features with myself, Palacios and Julian Brandt. It's interesting, right? Even with the players who've left us in this transfer window, Tapsoba, Brandt, they're being considered, and I wonder if that's because of Dortmund's performances at the start of this year, as in January to the end of the season, of last season basically, before they left. So yeah, I guess 2 Dortmund current players, 1 former player, and Kevin De Bruyne, who for however many more years will dominate the midfield of the world. It looks like he's such a talent. But Hertha also managed to win their game, so the gap to them is still just 2. But look how good it looks now then. 5 points ahead of Schalke. Finally, a little bit of breathing space for us. And it has been announced then. Team of the Year 2024 is here. All black in goal. Defenders, Neves. Is that Ruben Neves? Is he playing defence for Barcelona? What? Unreal. Laporte as well. Schürrle, Alexander-Arnold, myself, Brandt, De Bruyne, Valverde. So, interestingly enough, 3 of the 4 who were shortlisted actually made it into the midfield. The only one missing out was Palacios. Oh, that's kind of sad. But, surprise, surprise, Haaland, Sancho. Yeah, it had to be those 2, didn't it? I mean, they have been unreal in this series. And Dortmund's, I guess, front 3 in myself, Sancho and Haaland all make it in there. And it's good to see that. It just makes sure that we are getting our plaudits, I guess you could say. Now, there is a transfer window at the moment, and we have made a new signing. We've signed a new goalkeeper from Villarreal, Mr. Odysseas Vlachodimos. I apologise if I've said his name wrong. But he's a goalkeeper, 85 rated, 30 years of age, so some competition for David Soria after Berkey has left. We'll see who actually starts in our very next match, which we're still awaiting. It's been a long break, this. Finally, after over a month of in-game time, we have our next match. Hoffenheim, 6th place heading into this. And you can see, although they're 6th, they are 11 points behind us. And we'll keep our eyes on any other games going on elsewhere. And is that Oscar? Have we just seen that Oscar is starting, or maybe starting for Hoffenheim? Former Chelsea man. Yeah, it is the same Oscar. That's an interesting signing from them. Nothing to report other than the new goalkeeper in at Dortmund, and he does start in net for us. So David Soria dropped to the bench for this one as he faced Berkey once again. And 5 at the back from Hoffenheim. I recognise a few of their players. Luis Felipe, very good centre-back. I believe Skov Olsen at left-back. Oscar does start on the left wing with Rafael as the striker, Chenzig under. On the right-hand side, Almirion and Samasaku as the midfield 2. As for Dortmund, though, it looks like Eriksson is the only change from the last side that you saw, other than the new goalkeeper, of course. So let's see if we have the same outcome. So it's a debut for our new goalkeeper then, and I'm quite surprised, actually, that the boss just straight up dropped David Soria. Other than, like, the first couple of goals that he conceded at the start of this season, which we felt he maybe should have done better with, he's actually been pretty consistent as of late, as Sancho is looking for an early chance here. On the edge of the penalty area, looking for the run of Erling Haaland. Oh, my goodness me. Berkey's got away with that. That was confident goalkeeping with his feet there from Berkey. Because that touch, wow, I did not expect that. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the fact that David Soria has been just straight up dropped. Maybe that's just to give him a bit of, I guess, competition, but also make him work that little bit harder to keep his spot in the team. Inside 19 minutes, I don't even think we've seen Hoffenheim touch the ball in Dortmund's half here. It's been all Borussia Dortmund as we try to poke that through to Sancho, but in the end, just a trailing leg of one of the Hoffenheim defenders. I think Milinkovic was the player to stop it going through. And yeah, they seem quite confident in knocking the ball around their back 5, but they've not really got forward with it. Here is Weston McKennie shining so far in that holding midfield role for Dortmund. Finds us our feet, and we can play it forward. Sancho, I'm not quite sure how he's managed to get through, but Jadon Sancho has put Dortmund ahead. And it was a really strange little spin. I wonder if that spin just confused the defender no end, and Sancho knew exactly what he was doing. We'll see it again. I mean, you can see as the pass goes through, it's not my best ball by any means. Look at that. It wasn't really like I'd hit it into a good area, but you can see as Sancho kind of commits to that run, defender follows him, and then he spins. And after that, it's just a finish that he's got to have in the bottom corner, and he takes it really well, Jadon Sancho. And looking at the way that Hoffenheim have set up, this back 5 that they've gone with, their wing-backs, Skov Olsen on the left-hand side, and I'm not sure who's on the right. They need to get up and support the attack, and so far they've been unable to do that in this first half, which is why we've had so much pressure and so much of the ball in their half. And if you just kind of see now, I mean, there's the back 5 that they're playing, right? And you can see both their fullbacks still only on the halfway line, which is not really what you want to see, as Schalke have just taken the lead against Bayer Leverkusen. So they're looking to get back to winning ways. But that's the issue right now for Hoffenheim, is their fullbacks just not getting high enough up the pitch to give them the support. So they just lose it whenever their front 3 get it, as we are back in possession once again. A bit of an underhit pass to Haaland, who can play it through the middle. We need runners in the box. We sent a little bit wide here, so looking for the ball back in, but they've actually defended it here, and that's not a good ball back out. Nicked it away, and Eriksson can't quite get it out of his feet quick enough. But you can see, right, this is the pressure. And they're not really finding an answer. 2 minutes to go until half-time. Oscar invited forward into space, which he will kind of occupy and play it back to Samasaku. They've now dropped so deep that even their wingers are back helping out in the defensive third as we lift that ball back into the box. Away it goes, only as far as Weston McKennie. And I actually think he was trying to play me the pass, but I completely just didn't realise it and watched it go straight past me. But now they'll have a chance to go forward. Kadebek over on this right-hand side. Ball into the feet of Almirion. Leverkusen finding an equaliser against Schalke. And Rafa Leao has to go backwards with the ball. This is better though. You can see they've actually got their fullback now on the attack as well. If they get an overlap going, maybe that gives them something to work with. But as right now, Dortmund just remaining composed. Lovely ball through the middle here, and Rafa Leao is in, looking for a big chance, and he finds it as well. It's a Hoffenheim equaliser, and Rafa Leao is the player who's got it. Such a well-taken finish, and it's come through the middle of this Dortmund defence. I'm wondering if it's me. I don't get to the, I don't close the pass down quick enough, but then even so, there's still a chance we had in order to try and stop that ball going through to Leao, and when it gets there, we've got to be tighter, but Rafa Leao, that's a beautiful finish from him. And it means that it's back all level here. 6 minutes of time remaining, and Dortmund have a chance to break away, but still, Hoffenheim with bodies back behind the ball. And even then, you know, they still had 4 or 5 players there to defend as Sancho's through the middle. There's the pass towards him. Sancho goes for goal, and Haaland was right to his left. I'm not sure if Sancho heard the shout or if Haaland even gave him one. And to be fair to Jadon, it's a good effort, but Berkey makes a very good save. But Haaland was through. He was through. Palacios goes off. We have 3 minutes to try and find a winner here. Eriksson takes the corner, whipped in. There's Haaland. It's a free header. And he glances it wide. You've got to do better there. You've got to at least hit the target. Final change of the game for Dortmund as Mariano is on to replace Sancho, and we left it late against Schalke. We might have to leave it late again here if we want to win this one, as Miranchuk is just happy to chew the clock down by doing some skills and getting his side a throw-in, which they'll take quickly, and Chenzigunda will play it to Miranchuk. Ball roll, we've got a minute added on, so even if we win it back now, I'm not sure there's enough time. As we do win it back, and Jovic will have to send this forward. He does lift it into the air. There's the flick on, but there is the referee's whistle. And Hoffenheim will hold out for a point, courtesy of Rafa Leao's fantastic finish after we allowed the ball through the middle. And Dortmund's new man in goal, as you can see him there, conceding on his debut. There wasn't much he could have done about it, though. It was such a close finish. And there was me giving it large about the fact that the fullbacks weren't joining the attack. They didn't even need them to. Just one shot for Hoffenheim, and it was the goal itself. So fair play. Sometimes you just got to say that teams have been clinical against you, and that's exactly what Hoffenheim were there. Schalke's win against Bayer Leverkusen means that they closed that 5-point gap that we literally just opened up down to 3. Hertha as well looked to have drawn their game, actually. They were playing at a later time, and they're only on 38. So, yeah, they must have drawn. They did against Werder. So that's helpful to us, considering the fact that Werder Bremen were down in 15th. That's not too great from Hertha Berlin. All right then, live from the Signal Iduna Park, it's Augsburg, and their side is on the right-hand side. Reece Oxford and Mavropanos at centre-back. I remember when Oxford burst onto the scene, keeping Mesut Ozil in his back pocket, and wonder what he's up to these days. But nevertheless, you see ours there. McKennie has been impressive in that holding midfield role, keeping, I guess, Llorente and Emre Can out of the side. And yeah, he's been such a rock for us there, making sure to break up play and start the attacks of Dortmund. Palacios in the hand, he had a quiet second game, but first match was very, very good. And we seem to have found our starting 11, it looks like now. And still, Vlaco Dimos keeps the spot in goal. Augsburg trying to remain calm on the ball and play their way out. But as you see, with many teams that come up against Borussia Dortmund, usually the ball comes straight back at them as Weston McKennie finds our feet. In front of us is the big man. He plays it off to Sancho, and these three combine, you know, you're in for a bit of a difficult time as once again, just watch it, drink it in, and enjoy it, because it's the quality of football that the Signal Iduna Park has grown so used to over the course of the last season and a half, or season and over a half now. And I got an interesting comment yesterday or the day before asking me about how many games has it been that we've been unbeaten since joining. I actually have absolutely no idea. But it's all of last season, plus this is our 18th game in the Bundesliga. So right now, we're certainly getting up there to what will probably be, I don't even know what the record is, but I'm assuming that we are close, if not already. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic there. But that was just such a quality goal. I mean, we've been in front already twice today, and both times ended up conceding an equaliser. So, immediately after scoring, Augsburg have now decided they want to go on the attack, and I would like us to go up the other end and try and grab a second goal. There's a real chance to do that now as we break away, 3-on-2. And there's the ball through to the on-running Jadon Sancho, striding forward, surely to make it 2. Of course he does. There's no chance that he misses. It's a rocket in the top corner. And Jadon Sancho doubles our advantage. What a finish this is. It was never in doubt, was it? When we got him through like this, you knew where it was going. My goodness me, there's no stopping that. Well, we weren't 2-0 up in any of the games we played today, but we are now. Get in. I mean, it's just wave after wave of Borussia Dortmund attack as Haaland's cheeky little ball slid through. It's a poor clearance from Oxford. It's fallen straight to us, and it's off the post. It was so close to Dortmund's third. Augsburg in real trouble here, though, because every time they clear it, the ball is coming back. It's just wave after wave of yellow attack. And here we go again then with Luka Jovic. He's had to slow it down. He finds Palacios. Now to Haaland. Haaland into our feet. He's going to make his run through the middle, which I can't find the ball toward him. And Mavropanos will intercept. It was a bit of a hopeful pass that really was never going to pay out. But I just wanted to try it because you never know with how we've started this game. And Augsburg worked their way forward, but as you can see, they're forced to slow the play right down, which allows Dortmund to reset their positioning defensively. And any moment now, that'll be the end of the first half as we win it back. And there you go. We're 2-0 up at the break, but we were so close to being 3. Palacios up to Sancho, off to Haaland, and he can play us. And Sancho's made his move. There's the ball over the top. I mean, we've sent him wide, so we'll have to look for a cross back into the middle. Sancho trying to pull it back. He does so! And with the right foot, it is in the far corner. We did a couple of those last episode, and this one is probably the pick of the 3. Excellent from Sancho, though. You saw as he just looked over. We arrived into the penalty area to add to the collection. And it's just such a great sight when you're seeing us play like this. Potentially, this could really help our goal difference this game if we could grab a couple more. You saw Hertha Berlin earlier on in the season winning like 6-1, was it? So, yeah, a couple other goals here as Haaland maybe gets one, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Then we're right up there in terms of our goal difference with Hertha. Ilamendi is not allowing us through there. Weston McKennie into the feet of Haaland. Haaland off towards. It's got to go first time, which we did get our shot away, which the goalkeeper saves it. And, I mean, right now we are only 3-0 up, but I feel like we should have had more. As a change comes through, Mariano on for Haaland. I wonder if that's just a bit of a rest from the boss. Still, we're out there, though, pulling the strings. Weston McKennie off towards Eriksson. Now to Sancho. Sancho's ball into the middle. He's gone high. We've shifted it over on the left side. It's out to Sancho. It stays out. Oh, my. How are we not 4-0 up? 10 minutes still left here, and Dortmund still on the attack. Eriksson, right-hand side, looks for the cross. He gets a second chance at it. Back post, completely unmarked. It's Dortmund 4-0. I thought I skied that. I mean, when the cross came in, I was sure I hit that into Rowe's head. He gets 2 chances at this cross, Christian Eriksen. The second picks us out brilliantly, and we just kind of smash it back across the goalkeeper. But for a split second, I was worried that was going out of the stadium. We'd see it on, like, the moon or something like that. But anyway, we get the 4th. Is that now as well? Is that a hat-trick? Have we scored 4 today? I'm pretty certain. Maybe 2. No, it's a hat-trick. Yeah, there you go. Hat-trick, ladies and gentlemen. Happy with that. The Dortmund fans want 5. We can hear it in the stadium. Correa's ball through. It'll be 5. What a performance we've had here. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I have turned competitive mode off for this game, but we're still on ultimate difficulty. I've kind of just decided that, like, the teams at the top and the teams that arguably are around us, we should keep competitive mode on. But if they're sort of down the bottom end, games are expected to win, maybe turn it back off. But It's 5-0 Dortmund. We wanted a bit of a goal difference, pad of the stats, if you will. I didn't expect to score 4, though. There's that. And that has seriously helped boost me up the goal-scoring charts as well in the Bundesliga. I wonder where we are now. But at full time, that is how it will finish here. And as we collect our match ball, what a display. 8 attempts. What? Transfer news on deadline day then, as we make a signing. Lauro Padilla, who is a 22-year-old central midfielder from Brazil, who's come from Benfica for 74 overall, not for 74 million, for 7.6 million. And interestingly enough, I can't actually find the news article, but there's been an outgoing from Dortmund. And the reason that he might have not been playing is because he's no longer here. David Soria. There you go. So Vlachodimos at the moment is the only goalkeeper higher rated than 80 at the club. So David Soria has left. So I wonder if that's why we went out and made the signing of Vlachodimos. So yeah, Soria is gone. We've got 2 hours left in the window, and it looks like that will be all, I guess, for the rest of the transfers. We'll have a quick scroll through all the teams and see if there's any big signings, sales, all of that stuff. That's how I found out about David Soria, because it was here when I saw Dortmund. So there you go. There's the confirmation, £31 million. What about Bayern? What deals have they done? Mutombo, Kanate, and Jason Denayer with Maguire leaving. So let's end deadline day then. And my friends, I think that's where we'll end today's episode as well. I know I wanted to get the Stuttgart game in today, but I'm actually going to give you it in the next episode, which hopefully will actually be tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get a video out today on the Thursday and get you another episode tomorrow on the Friday as well. However, I would appreciate if we could try and hit 250 likes. It's not like a like target. Like if you hit it, or if you don't hit it rather, you'll still get the episode tomorrow. It's just 250. That's the like target. I'm sure you guys will smash it because you are awesome. But I want to say a massive thank you for watching today. Thank you as well for all of your support on the channel. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. Before we go, how are we looking in the Bundesliga? Well, Schalke's defeat to us remains their only loss of the season so far, and we are currently 5 points clear of Hertha Berlin, but we have played an extra match, so we'll have to see how the results pan out next time. Until then, though, stay safe, have a great day, have a great evening, and I will catch you all again tomorrow for another episode. Adios!